Well, greetings. I'm just, I lived off the grid pretty much from 1982 to 1999 and have just been kind of not really back on the grid so much living in it as watching it from my desk or out on the street busking. I need to check the audio, make sure I don't have chipmunk. Oh, good. We have good audio. Yippee. Don't have to deal with that. But anyway, I'm just sick. I'm sick of this world. I'm just so sick of what I see going on around me. Um, you know, I'm an old school hippie. I was always an outsider. Um, I'm different. I'm way too smart. And hi, Milk Toast. Happy day. Thanks for coming. I haven't been broadcasting in solidarity with the other creators over the monetization thing. So that's why I'm on at a strange hour. I waited until the strike was over at midnight. Hi, MS. Thanks for coming. Um, but anyway, I'm just so world weary. I just totally world weary. It's like my own life. Once I like insulate myself from the internet harassment, it's working incredibly well. Um, I'm not making much money, but I'm not dying. I'm not I'm not I put together enough money this afternoon to be able to get a weed for the week and not have to work tonight. And I'll go out tomorrow during the day. I got a meeting with a jeweler about selling her some rock, another cutter, um, at the street fair. Well, no, I see the thing of it is, um, I get a lot of benefit from the internet. I sell my product on the internet for one thing, and I'm involved in a lot of community organizing on the internet. And I'm networked with like hundreds of human rights activists all over the world. And, which is why I get so much of the trolling. I stay away from the stupid shit. And it comes to me more. And really, um, it hasn't, they don't, well, no, see, um, I'm not engaging the trolls. They're coming in and um, intruding into my life. I'm usually avoiding the trolls. When they come in here and start talking shit, I just block them. But they're managing to do. I mean, there's nothing I can do. They've swatted me 3 times. What am I supposed to do about that? Okay, well, you know what, MS? Watch how fast I remove you from mine. Bye. I got no time for any of you like this. I'm not, anybody wants to get contentious, fuck off. Bye. I got too much positive stuff going on in my life to waste any emotional time or energy on anybody who wants to just start getting contentious with me. Fuck off. Bye. When shit like this is going on in my face all day long, I don't invite these people in my life. Oh, this is what I'm looking at. These are the things this is what I look at. This is not trolls. Let's just start. Let's open up a fresh page on Fuckbook. Let's just close everything down but one page on Fuckbook. I'm finished with all this stuff. Let's just close it down. Now, I'm just, anybody who wants to be argumentative, and insistent on things that, it's like, no, bye. Okay, well, here's somebody talking to me, and this is a one of the local organizers in Los Angeles. Where'd it go? Well, let's close that. Let's get back. Yeah, here. This is what I was greeted with a little while ago. Fortunately, this isn't in the United States. Police heartless beating a dog to death in front of its homeless owner. It's happened in China. Long steel fork and another with a shovel killed the dog right in front of its owner. Sat watching in the street of the ancient city of Langzhong, about 300 kilometers from the Sichuan capital, Chengdu. I don't care. Goodbye. Get this shit out of my face. The Google, the Chrome is sliding pop-outs at me. I don't know where they're coming from. It's coming from Google. It's not, it's not showing. It's coming up the side. And I thought I had all of that shut down, and now I'm seeing those. So, there's like, okay, now this wasn't even the one that was the most touching. Who's anybody heard the anybody seen the viral Craigslist ad from a grandma who didn't have anybody, and she was advertising at Craigslist for a family to take her in over the holidays so she could cook for. So sad. And then just like, so there's all this personal heartache that I'm seeing everywhere. I have a friend in the hospital who just lost his daughter recently. This is the kind of shit I'm just sick of this shit. I'm sick of seeing it. This is Melania come out. I don't know this is her staff, I guess. Greta Thunberg is not covered by my Be Best campaign, but Barron is. This is a statement from her staff, from press secretaries. This is from somebody named Kate Bennett tweeted this. Statement from press sec to me regarding FLOTUS response to real Donald Trump's tweet directed at Greta Thunberg. It's got them all quoted, go tag too. Be Best is the First Lady's initiative, and she will continue to use it to do all she can to help children. It is no secret that the president and first lady often communicate differently, as most married couples do, especially ones that sleep in separate beds on different floors of the White House. Their son is not an activist who travels the globe giving speeches. He's a 13-year-old who wants and deserves privacy. Now, all this person did was bring his name up. I don't think that he went and accused her of having anger management problems or anything like that. Of course, Greta just stuck it all right back in his face and put it in her profile. I'm just a teen with anger management problems, chilling back, kicking back, chilling with a friend watching a movie. What's just loading? Hi, Frederick. Can't see or hear. I think that's your device. I don't think there shouldn't be a problem. Let me check the lag. Sure, don't have oh good. We have good audio. Yippee. Don't have to deal with that. Oh, well, anyway, that's not doing it there. Let's like reload. Sounds like your problem is in your own device. I'm not gonna stay long. I was at I want to get out to the flea market to the street fair early. Okay, here we are. I didn't stay long. That's a good solid. I was at 5 to 10 seconds. That's a big lag. Anybody else having problems reception? They're not giving me any notifications about a weak signal or anything like that. So anyway, I mean, it's just like madness piled on madness. No, here's a guy who's supposed to be the foreman of the jury in the impeachment trial coming right out and saying that he's like going to work with Trump's legal team. It's like, and then the fact that like nobody's really getting too terribly upset about that. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Is that so anyway, let's go back. Let's see what's in the feed right now. We talked about the grandma. Let's see what's awful. It's going to show up first. Jobs everywhere. And the hippies. I got a lot of old hippie friends that are just right on top of this shit. This is from Dave Finley, a old Florida head. Jobs. This is from New York Magazine. Jobs everywhere, but most of them kind of suck. To make the blue and pink collar occupations up tomorrow into roles as well compensated. What the fuck is a pink collar occupation? I haven't been paying that close attention in a long time. Compensated as unionized manufacturing and administrative positions of yesteryear. We're going to have to shift the balance of power. Well, is this worth reading? I don't think so. That's the other thing is like, my eyes start melting out of my head. This is from the New Yorker Intelligencer. Problem is, we got employment right now, and people are like having to hold 2 or 3 jobs to be able to like make ends meet. And they still need, some kind of supports. See, all this stuff is like, it's just mishmash of numbers and shit. In my position, I'm totally dependent on expendable income. I'm fishing for tips and to sell people things that they don't need. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, that's part of the crazy shit. The vote in the UK yesterday. I should read that analysis. A friend of mine who's I have friends that are very active politically over there. And my oldest friend here at Facebook, Ian Raven. Oh boy, he's just all of us are like, well, we're past 1933 now. When's the crystal knock going to be? That's pretty much where my head's at, and a lot of people that I know who have been watching this, it's 65 years and 22 days since this started. And excuse me, Hitler rose to power in 1933, and Trump took office in 2016. People were talking about well, we're at the 1933 point. No, we passed that in 2016. We're in trouble. And, they're talking about not, Mike Huckabee saying that, oh, he should get a third term because they did so much investigating him in the first term. Well, hey, Mike, that's not how it works. We can read the amendment if you like. I don't. I'm in a rambling mood for a little while, and I'm just like, bye, thanks for watching. It's just like, I mentioned McConnell. What other crazy shit's going on? I mean, it's just, and like, there's a meme going around of Mike Pence talking about a president committing adultery shouldn't be president. He needs to leave, about Clinton. And the other one was talking about lying to Congress, and he should have that was Lindsey Graham talking about Clinton, talking about how he needs to be impeached if he's lying to Congress about a blowjob. Not about extorting Ukraine to do some investigating for him for political gain. They still haven't. They still are withholding the aid. They still haven't gotten their aid. I guess the Ukrainian PM or whatever they call him, president, kind of called the White House and asked if they could get that meeting yet. But I guess it wasn't a good time for that. Let's see if we run into this again. It seems like yesterday, Twitler, what did they say? He tweeted 100 and some odd times. Shit. So here they are in the UK, and they exploited the same stupid people, the same kind of stupid people in Britain that they exploited to get Trump elected. You can be sure Trump didn't get there on his own. All right, he didn't. Neither did Johnson. They're both too stupid. And they suckered the same kind of people, poor folk, retired pensioners that were getting just jammed harder and harder all the time. And at the moment, I'm not sure exactly what I can't really get a good solid handle on what's going on over there between Brexit and the NHS, and other supports from the EU. That I just don't understand. I haven't following it close enough or even trying. Me and economics, for one thing, are like not good friends. That's my weakest area. I know a lot of shit about a lot of things, and I know a real lot of shit about certain things. But me and economics, I barely understand what's going on. This is just too much for me, and they just sucked these people in, got them to vote for Johnson, and then the Labor, the Zionists just totally trashed. They had this anti-Zionist scare, anti-Semitic scare with Corbyn, and he's furthest thing from it. He's just a supporter of Palestinian rights, but he's no anti-Semite. The Zionists are anti-Semitic. So who's saying anything right now? Nobody's saying nothing, and we only have a few people here. Really, I'm done with this world. I really am done with this world. And so, the crowds are marching in Glasgow against Boris Johnson, chanting, "Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here." Yeah, the Scots are ready to declare independence. They won. They won a lot of seats. The Scottish National Party won a whole mess of seats. Um, we got 6 GOP senators that are ready to convict Trump. Let's see who they are. Mm. Oh, he won't. He didn't. That's another one that the old hippies are all over, and they're skeptical about it. They say, "Yeah, we'll believe it when we see it." Oh yeah, then it's just one thing right after the other. Just what the fuck is going on in this? Here's Governor Matt Bevin pardoned a murderer whose family donated to his campaign as he was leaving office. Well, a mess of other. I mean, I forget what they called it. It's just he just pardoned all these like unrepentant people. Um, goes with let's see if they show. Ah, his family, they held a fundraiser for him. Guy's only been in for 2 of the 19 years he was sentenced to. Still Leonard Peltier's in jail. So is Mumia. Others have been in for a long time. Political prisoners. This is just that one case. Bevin, he just. Huh. What's going on here? Oh. What else we got here? Oh, lovely. Father of missing 1-year-old Vanessa Morales, named suspect in mother's homicide investigation. I was at Jose Trujillo, really wonderful artist. He's such a sweet man, too. He's just a really nice guy. The whole family. I met his sisters and his wife's mother, and just nice people. What you might call privileged Latins. They're not underclass by any stretch at all. Lisette talks about growing up in a pretty privileged household. Her father had a good job and provided well for them, and I guess Jose comes from a similar background, and they met in college or something like that. Nice folks, and he's really excellent artist, and he got a gallery showing. It's a two located. It's one east and one west Congress. They're brand new buildings, ground floor galleries, and he's got both of them full right now with his stuff called. So at first glance, when I was there tonight for the opening, it was a lot. It was nice because like, I've been talking about this a lot in my postings this week because I've been involved with the parents a lot lately. Um, and and then one of them, Drew Cronin, is not only a parent. He's a gay man, a pediatrician, and got a teenage son. Um, and the whole landscape changed starting in about 1999 with the opening up of the internet. And trans people being able to connect to each other and work together and solving some of the problems and getting past a lot of the obstacles that are out there and the way of transition. But the one thing that really, really changed more than anything else is in the 90s when the doctors started recognizing that conversion therapy was causing a lot of harm. And the Hippocratic Oath demands that they cause no harm. So they stopped endorsing that and moved toward encouraging the parents to just allow the kid to be themselves and kind of keep an eye on what's happening and just let them be themselves and make their own decisions about the length of their hair, what kind of clothes they're wearing and what kind of things they play with and, who their playmates are. And the results have been amazing. Fabulous results. The suicide rates and all the other bad behavioral health stats that are common to trans people start dropping right into normal ranges when we're allowed to be ourselves in a loving environment. And we got that going on in Tucson, boy. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving get-togathering, 40, 50 people, all ages. I wasn't the oldest one there, almost, but not quite. A few people older than me in the community. And they were all, a bunch of them were out tonight. I'm involved with this new coalition, a community coalition called Transform Arizona, which aims to propagate safe spaces, promote allyship. As Lizette's view on it. Lisette and Drew are look at it from in terms of allyship. The way I see it is respecting each other. That we need to, queer people need to recognize that cisgender and heterosexual people will always be have a massive majority. They talk about turning the Equality Arizona guys in today's email had something about let's turn Arizona queer. It's like, no, let's just make it okay for queers to be themselves in Arizona without interference from anybody. That's plenty. We start talking about turning things queer. This is why they're fighting so hard. They're afraid of being queer, and they really, besides isn't. It's like, hey, if somebody doesn't want to date a transgender person, that's their choice. But watch out for the people that are wanting to date transgender people because they're perverts and they want to make it just no. I'm gonna get going again. My life's working. Nobody's life, all these lives around me are dysfunctional. But in town here, it's just really so nice. Oh boy, tell me about it, man. Good evening. I'm fine. I'm just like, Yeah, I know. Everything's fine. And I've always known that. That's they convinced me that very young. I mean, here I am, 4 years old, being told, no, you're not what you say you are, by people that are just like not dead, and obviously dead in the spirit. I knew God and all. I've known that feeling in my heart when things are right. There's that goose flesh that comes from your heart. And as I've gotten older, I've learned to recognize it rising from my feet too. Um, and then there's these little signals that you get that say, something's wrong here. I bust right out in front of O'Malley's. Um, no, I really don't know that story very well. I probably should go read it. I'm not sure what you're. No, I don't know. Okay, and I didn't have anybody. uh, I didn't have anybody to run to, but I had good counsel. Dr. Binstock and lots of other people in my life just have been spiritually aware. Oh, it's. I remember having dreams where I would go to the train station, Union Station downtown, and would start going into the basement levels. There was like pinball machines and juice bar and stuff down there that I remember in the waking world. But in my dream, I kept going down and down. But then when I came out, back out of to go play pinball or get some juice or something. But then when I came back out, I was in heaven. I was able to fly, and I was in the Golden City. I vividly remember these dreams. Um, and I also vividly remember being female in them, having babies and shit. And so here I was, maybe. I wasn't, it was the day before my sister's birthday when they first told me that I couldn't be a girl because of my penis. Um, and I played along instead of fighting it. Um, I didn't want to get beat up as bad enough as it was. My father's a hitter. Both of them were hitters. Um, and the uh, I really think I saved myself a whole lot of the trauma that siblings of my generation endured. Um, Openly queer, trying to just not trying to suppress it. I know that by just simply playing along instead of doing a Bruce Jenner and going and winning the Olympics, um, I know that uh, and not getting married and having kids that I had to deal with when I just finally decided to transition. So I know I saved myself that kind of baggage. Um, I'm really happy to be here now, with what I have. I have a comfortable space invaded by roaches. These things are driving. I really think I have mutants. I really think I have mutants. I've gone through almost a whole gallon of the spray, and they just keep coming. And I'm keeping the place fairly like clean for me. And they just keep showing up in the most unlikely places. I found a whole mess of them under my keyboard this morning. Are they nesting in there? No. And there weren't a whole mess just now, just one. Oh boy. That's the only thing that's like really getting me nuts here is the roaches. Otherwise, I got a really nice, comfortable space, quiet neighborhood. I get home delivery on really nice, nice Mexican bud. Uh, and it's a wonderful town. This is a wonderful town. Um, I'm not a big fan of the heat, and I'm not a big fan of the desert plants. But otherwise, the landscape and the architecture and the gardens and just all the diversity of the people. Um, and it's queer friendly. We got a new queer bar opening up um, on. Let me find it. It's going to be on 8th, 9th. It's down from O'Malley's, I think it was. It's down the street from Hutton O'Malley's. Um, let me figure out where's it go. Yeah. Let's hope this is the one. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, there's a holiday party next week on the 20th. And the new place. Hello, where'd it go? Ah, shit. That's better. That's a meetup thing. Hosted by someone named Mickey Sullivan, who's like into like she's the organizer. It's the ladies, bunch of and it's ladies mainly. It's a place called the Back Door at 322 East 8th Street. It's an old warehouse, the old trolley barn. Um, Fixing it up as a new party space. It's Meanders and Tucson single lesbians. I'm not sure what Meanders is, but I checked with the organizer because I didn't, I was like, oh well, they're not mentioning trans people here. And so apparently her group, the single lesbians, that's strictly females. 100% female. I mean, the transsexual women that are 100% female would be welcome, she said, but she didn't think I'd be comfortable and she thought I'd make other people uncomfortable. Yeah, it's Nago. It's a pretty one. Yeah, pretty much. That's the crowd I'd always like gravitated towards, like cynics. I call it nihilistic solipsism. It's like we recognize and realize that life is totally pointless unless you make it something, and that we need to approach it with good reason and kindness toward each other, and fuck all that stupid shit. Just fuck the dumb shit. No, if it's not fun, don't do it. I if you have a job you hate, why are you like, I mean, like, it doesn't make sense. People should always find careers that are doing things that they love doing. This makes no sense to suffer just to have money to go and so that you can enslave yourself to a landlord or the bank on a mortgage. It just doesn't make sense. No, I get, being married to someone that you hate is kind of stupid too. Even that for the sake of the kids shit, I don't know sometimes. So let's see what more madness is out there. There were a few things I know I haven't hit yet. This was one of the more bright points. I put a picture of that nug. This cool group. I think it's a secret group. It's a private group. I don't know if you can see it without an invitation. I think you need an invitation. If you'd like an invitation, it's called The Joint. And where does it say? Here's a negative free zone, no bullying, no nudity, no reporting, and no blocking admins. Play nice and have fun. If you have any questions and problems, feel free to message me or any of my lovely admins. So I posted a picture of the nug with this. So are there other old poor folk in this group still smoking Mexican? This burly beauty was probably grown in Sonora and came across through the Raz. I'm pretty sure it's not any evil cartel dope either because it's too well grown, cured, manicured, and packed for cartel dope. There's less than a gram of waste in a half ounce. It cost me $35. It's very few seeds and no heavy lumber. And that's better than the broken buds of Mendocino Indica hybrid that I get for $5 a gram. In general, for medicine, I need the higher CBD content, which comes with sativa strains. The real high THC gets me just overamped. I get all from that stuff. The Mexican's half the price of the cheap. You know, it's just $35 for a half ounce. He charges me $60 for a half ounce of the Mendocino bud. And then one sister, I thought she was coming in my face, but she's talking to the pot snobs. So I thought she was getting on my case. She comes in and she says, "What's the matter if you smoke dank or Reggie? Why would anyone run themselves broke just to impress the internet? If it gets you stoned, smoke it. And while you're at it, get high enough to stop being judgmental." And I come back and I say, I never see anybody posting about anything but real high price strains and extracts that I totally can't afford. I have to work hard just to be able to afford $50 a week, much less $50 for a gram of something I'm going to toast inside of 24 hours. As for judgmental, that rap is how I have to respond to pot snobs who get on my case over what I smoke fairly often. And she says, I smoke nearly every day on $40 of Reggie. I don't know if she means all week or if she's spending $40 a day. I stay calm. I stay lifted. No need to go broke to get high. That's addict behavior, to be honest. Stay lifted, buddy. I hope you enjoy your night. And I'm like, I prefer not to be called buddy, please. And she come back with, I call everybody buddy, dude, guy, bro, or bitch. I wasn't aware beforehand, but we'll keep it in mind in the future. I gave her a peace sign and trans flag with it, and she got it right away. Thanks, I said. I had to pretend to be male for nearly 60 years. I've only been able to be myself coming on 6 years, so I'm sensitive to all male-oriented tags like that. I prefer lady, sister, girlfriend, stuff like that to guy tags. I like dogs too much to be calling some mean, stupid twat a bitch, though. Okay, the little fuckers are back on my desk. It's spray time again. It's time to spray this down again. I just hosed this all down 2 days ago, and they're just back in full force. Bye. I've lost a couple of accounts, but they just block me for a month at a time. And I'm really trying to avoid being confrontational. Like you can't like, you have to take whatever anybody calls you because they're not going to do anything if you bitch about it. and Zuckerberg's a reptilian or something. I don't know, man. No. The human gene pool has been corrupted was corrupted thousands of years ago. This is the only explanation. It just makes the most sense of all the different possibilities that come to mind when you're studying ancient scripture for what's going on with these demigods. I mean, like, is this for real? Is this fairy tales? Is this people that have been elevated, or are these like extraterrestrial? Did some of them start out here? This is the conclusion I reached a long time ago for myself that I'm most comfortable with. This is that this is a very highly populated galaxy here, and there's untold numbers of sentient species in this galaxy, and some of them are capable of interplanetary travel, interstellar travel. Um, I tell these guys that they're mutant spawn of insane alien space horn bonobos. But if you look at the map of the Milky Way, we're out on one of the arms, way the fuck out from the center, which means this is a very old world. This world is billions of years old, at least. And according to legends, high civilization's risen and fallen several times on this world. And we're about to do it again. We're either going to like step into a golden age, or we're about to go back to the Stone Age. And I want out of here. I just okay. You know what? In 2010, I was real sick, and I just come out to my family, telling them, "Hey, look, I got to do this." And I was real sick, and my parents had just sold my house out from underneath me, and things were just a mess. And I was so sick that I could have died easily just by not drinking anything or eating anything. Just sit there and smoke pot and tobacco until I just stopped breathing. I was found myself, there were times when I actually would be like 10, 15 seconds sit there and I hadn't taken a breath, and I'm like, oh, I better breathe. And so when I asked my master, my inner guide, that one voice that you always can trust, for a yes or no answer, yeah, I wanted to die. I was so sick, I just wanted to die. I was laying there, and I'd be like, after about 15, 20, 30 seconds, oh, I haven't been breathing. And I asked them if it was okay, because the deal was I had to die of natural causes or getting martyred. Was where it was for me to be healed properly, for my dream body to be healed. I had to die of natural causes or be martyred. And I asked if it was okay for me to just intentionally let myself die, and they said, yeah, sure, we need you more here than there. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. How do I know you don't got there more fucked up than here? I'll stick with what I know. And it's like the song says, with a little help from my friends, I let my neighbors know that I really wanted to die, and I was ready to die. And if the apartment starts to stink, come and get me, kind of thing. And they're, oh no, don't do that. You got to eat. You got to drink. And all my online friends are doing the same thing. I've never been alone, totally alone. I always had somebody, somebody somewhere. That's Peter Damian's song. Somebody somewhere. Somebody must care. Something, I forget the lyrics. But somebody always cares. That's nice on Facebook. Facebook for the most part has been very good for me, and not Facebook itself, but the community that I found there. I get a lot of respect for my writing and my opinions, and a lot of gratitude for things that people wanted to know that I'm able to find out for them, get them connected to things that they needed for their lives. Um, so I'm good. I'm good. The Abraham, when he was arguing for Sodom and Gomorrah, um, it got down, for 10. I know I'm all, I got 40, 50 righteous folks that stay in communication with me every week. So I'm not worried, you talk about, I'm not worried about that last moment, and not at all. Let's like bring it. Um, you know, my spirit's eternal. What happens to the flesh is unimportant to me because I know that my spirit will be able to occupy flesh if this flesh is broken. So I'm not worried about that. I never have been. The Jews don't. We don't worry about heaven and hell. We worry about moving forward in this life. That's what Jews worry about. It's all about as long as we don't like kill anything, we're cool. If we fuck up, it's okay if we apologize and honestly try not to do it again. And as long as we don't kill anybody, on the last day, we're going to be forgiven. That, and according to our words and deeds in this world determines, our position in the next world. And the whole idea is to keep, advancing our spirit to learn, learn and improve ourselves by all our mistakes. We don't worry about like going to hell. That's not where it's at. It's like we're eternal spirits that are a fraction of the Holy Creator that are granted this individuality and our own unique tools to manifest creative will. And it's what we make of this life. And so it's to the Jew, it's all about moving forward to, always be living this as righteously as we possibly can. And improving our spirits, ability to move a body through the material plane without fucking things up. Because I guess they fucked a lot of things up here. Read them Greek myths. They fucked a lot of shit up in them Greek gods. It's been better lately. I've been keeping smoking to a minimum, sucking a lot of bees. I probably should wear a mask. I don't know. I haven't checked the air quality lately. There's a spot right where my nose connects to my throat. I don't want my doctor to check that. There's something's going on right there. I don't know what it is, but that's right where my sinuses come into my throat, right at that point. I have trouble mucus accumulation right there. Like that's when you hear me really trying to push it. That's from that. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for coming. I might stream a little live tomorrow afternoon from the street fair. If I do that, I'm gonna have to do it at Facebook because they don't let me stream from mobile. But anyway, thanks for coming, folks. Happy day. Bye bye. Oh.